you guys. As always, good to see you. And Ako, my friend. I wish you can come on stage. We used to talk almost every day. I miss you so much. It's good to see you, Ako. Hi, Jerry. Hey, Carmen. Good to see you guys again. What a cool community we have. And I really don't have a topic per se for today. We had a great time in the voice room talking about the brevity of life because of events at my job, and I can share that with you guys here as well. Hi, Cindy. Hello. Looking in here in the audience to see if we have our co host or our moderator. We got crickets, they're not showing up. So it's okay. Candy said she would be here tonight, but I don't see her. Let me click on here and try to make sure that she's aware that we are here. Oh no. Um, Anybody knows Candy's connection? If you guys could text her and let her know we are live right now, because I can't do it without shutting this, and I don't want to do that. You guys are here. So if you guys could click on Candy and or in the group, say hi everybody. We're live right now. It's just unscheduled because you have to schedule it 30 minutes before the live stream. And I left the topic perspective through reflection because that can open us up to talk about anything. Maybe I could do it on here. Can I do it on here? Let me see if I can do it on here. Let's see. Oh, I probably can. Look at that. Oh, no, it wants me to log back in. Oh, Shaka Khan. Log in via mobile. Okay, it's going to ask me to scan, yada, yada, yada. Okay, if you guys can get a hold of Candy, that would be great. She should know we're here and she follows, so they should have been notified. And Moneta, yeah, they were probably waiting for me to schedule it. Anyway, guys, we're here. Perspective through reflection is a good ongoing topic. It's important to reflect. I've got some tips here, actually. Um, Tips on how to reflect better. I'm not sure if we talked about it the other day or not, but we could go into that if you like. I see hands are already raised, and Jerry, good. It's good to see you, Jerry. Give us just a moment. Trying to figure out if our community support's going to be here. Maybe Candy was racing home. I see all you guys in the audience. Wow, how quickly you filled the room. We're running out of coffee. Hi, welcome. Oh, good to see you, Aziz. Good. Welcome back here. Thank you, guys. I see some familiar names from our voice room, but I'm glad you guys are here. And I know Candy will pop in any moment. She probably just thought maybe we weren't going to have it or something. In fact, let me check this real quick, guys. I have to minimize this for maybe I get people on stage. You guys can get talking. If you want to come on stage, obviously raise your hand. I need to save space for Candy so she can come up when she gets here. And Moneta might be busy too. I don't know what's going on, but either way, perspective through reflection, found out somebody that was a coworker that I wasn't really so much friends with, but I saw him, 5 days a week. Someone very fit, someone who really watched what he ate. In fact, I would feel convicted at the things I would eat or drink at work because he was very disciplined not to do it. And he didn't come to work for a couple of days. And so they did a health and safety check on him and found out he had passed away at home. And he was just barely 40 years old. And he looked like he was 30, you know what I mean? So that caused me to have the voice room and talk a little bit about that. And those of you who shared at the voice room about your loved ones or your regrets and your losses, I know, right, May? Then thank you for sharing during the voice room. But now we're going to talk about yawning. Ooh, I haven't had any coffee or anything like that, and I need to go back to work today after 8 days off. So I might have to slap myself during the live. Saying, "Wake up, Jonathan." I feel compelled to close this just to send Candy a text to help me here. Hi, Julia. Good to see you too. And And if you guys don't know, then I'm definitely I haven't done it officially at work yet, but I'm going to step down from being a supervisor at my company, and I might even go part time, just 4 hours a day, to move to my mom's area in Solvang, California, and spend more time with her. The days I spent with her were very rewarding for us both. And with her age and she's faced cancer twice and she has Parkinson's now, it really helps to keep her mind sharp and keep her engaged in life to have someone there who cares. And so that is a great investment of my time, is to spend this time with her. I know her biological kids want to, but their lives are busy. There's a lot going on, and they've been hiring strangers to come by and check in on her and things like that. And I think there's a better way. I think having time with you guys in the morning, like I do now, being able to go to the coffee shop after this, like I did for a week. And then by the time I get back, mom is waking up. I can make her breakfast. We can do some stuff together and share some things about life, and help her around the house, which I'll do more if I live there. That's where we're going. That's the place we're steering towards. I also think it's going to be good at getting me into a position to do more with you guys, and maybe create more YouTube videos or podcasts about that whole experience so that you guys can join me in it, in essence. But cool. It is 5 a.m. and my body clock's all kinds of crazy. So don't worry about the yawning. I don't know if I want to do caffeine or if after this I'm going to try to sleep for another hour or so before work. I'm not sure. Not sure. So maybe I'll just do some non caffeinated tea. But welcome everybody. Thank you for letting me do the big intro. I see you guys here, and I'm still looking. I'm still looking. We got 71 people here. Well, not really. We've got 33 people in the audience, and I'm looking for Candy. I'm looking. Yo, Ako just came in and left. Ako, she popped in and then she left again. She's from Japan, a retired woman, so dear, and she just popped in and left. Maybe somebody else has a live stream at this time. Hi, Ari. Good to see you here also. Those of you who were in the voice room before, you're more than welcome. I wrote down your names. If you were in my voice room before this, you're welcome um, to raise your hand. I'll bring you on stage again. We can keep talking. Ada, I did. I went back home for a week, and now today I'm supposed to go back to work. But I think, depending if my store manager's there, if he is, I may let him know that I'm planning on moving as soon as I can to be with mom. I really feel like every day is so important right now. Cool, cool, cool. Mariam, hello. Good to see you guys. All right, let's get it. I can't find Candy here in the chat. So, anybody reach out to her yet? Hello, hello. Green Goblin, good to see you. Roy. I know, Ada. You got that phrase? Cool, cool, cool. I don't know where it came from. I just started saying it. So, yeah, you can have it for sure. Um, yeah, Adam's here, of course. Adam was talking, and Adam, I'm going to invite you to stage, but Jerry, be on hold for a moment, and I need to leave room for Candy. If I have three guys up here, no ladies will raise their hand, so we really need to keep this mixed dynamic going on. Hello, Adam.
Uh,
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Good. Looking for Candy, and I think what I have to do is minimize this and hit her up on WeChat real quick and make sure she's aware that we are doing a live stream today. She probably messaged me like, "Are we doing it? Because it wasn't scheduled." Whoop whoop whoop. Um, but Adam is literally a PSL god. What does that mean, PSL?
I don't know. PSN.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure what it means. I'm not cool with all the well, anyway, all the abbreviations and things because it's oh, okay, all right. Well, thank you for that, Roy. But usually, if Moneta's here, that might have got you removed. So we like to focus on English learning and not appearances and things like that. I know you mean well. So Let that be a warning. Let me minimize this real quick. Adam, I don't know if you should still be able to hear me, and I'm gonna just send Candy a WeChat like,
I think
where you
maybe
at?
she's busy.
No, no, she said she'll be here.
She is here. I don't know.
Is she here?
I don't know. Maybe you can see on the
I looked in
bottom.
the audience. Yeah, I couldn't see her, but I didn't schedule this, and so if she doesn't come, it's cool. Maybe life did get busy for her when she got home. But anyway, nine or is it Nine? Because there's a dash over your I. Welcome.
No, she's
Yeah,
not
guys,
here.
I launched a voice room because it was about 3 o'clock or so, and I really wasn't sure what to talk about, and I wanted to connect with you guys. And I think it was a good timing. It was good timing for the topic. Um, because some people clearly had things they needed to sort out and wanted to contribute, and even questions that they had about going forward with different things. So it was productive. It was good. Um, but so I couldn't break away when people are sharing some really deep things. Um, and so I didn't schedule this one. This just happened. I should have scheduled it before I did the voice room. But anyway, hindsight, right? Being 2020. So just looking for some candy. Welcome, welcome. And I'm sure that our friend, he probably popped off. He's not VIP, so he probably popped off and he's going to come back in a little bit. Hey, hello.
Thank you for
How are
having
you?
me.
Of
Great, you?
course. Doing great. Also, hanging out with Adam, and Candy was expected to be here, so I'm leaving her space on stage. And the
Uh-huh.
topic is there, but we can go some other
Yes.
places. Perspective through reflection. Is that why you raised your hand, or just to come on stage?
I just I didn't see the topic and but
It's okay.
yeah, I saw now and I'm just want to hear opinion of other hosts
Oh, you're good. You're good. Opinion about what?
about this topic.
Oh, okay. The topic that's up there now? Or the
Yeah.
topic I'm talking. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't give you guys much time. Normally, I schedule the live stream a half hour before the live stream. We're not trying to get a lot of people, so I don't need to advertise. And I want the topic to be inspired. Sometimes I wake up inspired, or I think of things, and then it seems relevant to what's going on. And we like to keep changing the type of setting we have here. Different people are motivated by different topics. So reflection is really important so that we don't become automated, where we're not considering things well. We're just doing things. Some of you are just doing things because you've always done it. You're not even sure why, and life goes really fast. So, having moments where you can reflect on your decisions or consider things before making a decision is priceless,
Mhm.
guys. It's priceless. Don't get swept away in the current of the world, because you would find yourself down a path that you wish you wouldn't be on, or you wanted to do differently. So, having that balance in your life, I know everybody wants to get more done, and computers and internet and ease of travel and all of that have said you can get more done using these things. But what has happened? You can't get more done because your company gives you more to do. Your life becomes busier, and next thing you know, you're full of busyness and not really engaged in life. So I guess that's the basis for that scrolling topic: perspective through reflection. You can change the way you see things if you just think about things a little bit. I guess that's it. There you go. Okay, we're going to close the live stream now. It's over. Mic drop. That's it.
Great.
No,
No one needs
what do you
to.
think about that? I know, right? I'm done talking. No, what do you think about that topic later? Does that inspire you to say something?
What I think about, I mean, it's very hard topic to talk to discuss about. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you absolutely, and almost nothing to add.
Almost. Well, you're processing. I can see the smoke around your head. You're like processing.
Yeah.
Um, but it is a very wide topic, guys. It's about, from its old person looking back, right? I have a lot of times I wish I would have thought more about my life and had a plan or considered things well or adjusted my priorities. I'm definitely glad that I'm not getting swept away by a career. Um, and
Mhm.
I've learned how to minimize my expenses by cohabitating with my brother, by sharing environments. I've given up the dream of having my own house because it takes a lot of work to keep your own house. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of work. And frankly, it was just a fantasy of mine. It wasn't really anything I really wanted. I just felt like I should want it. And so, since I've been sharing environments with people, it's freed up enough money to be able to help other people. And to me, that's very important in parts of the world where they can't just make money. So my priorities I'm grateful for. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know what my retirement's going to look like. But I don't regret the decisions I'm making to live my life right now because tomorrow might not even be here for me, guys. You might, I mean, it may not be here. And
Which
say,
decision?
what was that?
Which decision you're talking about?
Well, even now, I'm a supervisor at a company and I can go into management and make more money, but they'll want me to be they want more of my life. If I become
Mm.
in management, it will be
Okay.
more money, but they expect me to live and breathe and eat the company vision, which is understandable for the amount of money they would give you. But I'm past that season in my life. I no longer hold those things in a high value. I hold this moment right here in a high value with you guys, talking to people around the world, talking about topics that are important, building stronger connections with all of your countries and cultures. To me, it may not affect change in the world, but our little part of the world right now that we're in, we're all sharing a world right now, it might affect change in that. And since
Mm.
I don't know everyone in the world, but I do know you guys right now, this is the most important exchange to me. And again, that could be an old person, whatever perspective, but um, we're not as big a part of the world as we might think from time to time. Your world is consists of the people you interact with every day. And so I haven't watched the news in 20 years. So forgive me if I'm off as far as current events. I really don't watch the news. And it's not that I don't care, but I don't think I have enough ability to care about the amount of bad news they give me every day. I can't process it. And so I become numb to everyday life here because I can't process all of this bad news and all of this traumatic stuff. So when I know people like you two or like Steph, the other live streamer who had the hurricane come through Florida, um, that's more relative to me. I don't care about the country or the world perspective, but she's my friend and I know her husband, and I was concerned. I wanted to fly to Florida and bunker down with them and weather the storm with them because we do life together, right? And you guys, I don't even know without clicking. I mean, I can't recall where you're from or what's going on in your life, but if it were made known to me, then I would care about your version of it, not the big picture, but you as a person, right? Because I don't know the whole country. I don't know the whole situation, but
Mhm.
we're doing life right now. Does that make sense, or is that like a
Yeah,
philosophical
yeah. I
book
think
or something?
yes. I think it makes sense to be when someone sees a life from perspective through reflection. For example, if someone is poor or don't have much money right now, if he see or he doesn't, he feel like he doesn't fit in some places, and he saw the life perspective through reflection, like
Uh
I'm
huh.
gonna be rich, I'm gonna make more money, and that make him feel or have much more energetic, and make him see the life is more valuable. So I think reflection
Good,
is very
good.
important.
Very important. And he brought it
And
home. See how he
it
brought it
depends.
home?
Yeah, it depends on the person personality because some people are see the things from bad side and shameless side, and some people are have a hope in the life, and they think like I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. So Johnson, you're frozen.
I know it's cold in here.
Okay,
No, I'm trying to get a hold of Candy. I'm worried about her because she said she would be here before, and she's not here. So, am I still
maybe she,
frozen? I
maybe
know
she's no, no, you're not fine now,
Layla's
and
frozen though.
Lyra is frozen also.
I know it's contagious, right? Um, yeah, it is important to engage in life, guys, and it's okay to have a
Yeah,
career. It's okay to, give priority, but make sure you make it a season. Make sure you declare it a season, meaning like I'll do this for this period of time. I will focus on
yeah,
this for this period of time. Like when you went through college, it's not reasonable to have that much devoted time to those things for your whole life. But you're like, okay, I will devote 4 years and the outcome will be this degree, which will open doors for me here and here and get me into that. That's good. That's a good exchange. It's deliberate. It's got bookends on it. If you decided I'm going to go to college and you never put an end on it and you're in there for 15 years with 4 degrees, some will be like,
yeah.
so what? So what? You got 4 degrees. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with all that? So it's the same way with life. If you're going to work two jobs to get money to do this, that's great. If you're going to you want to buy a home and have that dream, well, that's great. But buy the home with the highest return, in the area. Just think it all the way through. Don't just try to check off boxes to get things done. I don't know if Layla's got a call. She might have got a call. I think she had a lot of activity going on in the background. But if we lose her, I already sent her a hello so she can connect. Joy says, agree. Have a season. I mean, I put that in there.
But
May said, don't worry.
I think reflection and patience have the same, like they're equal. They're equal in the life because and reflection needs someone have patience to get
Yeah.
what you want. To get what you want, like you said, if you doesn't, if you feel like you someone doesn't fit in his job and he don't like his job and he don't like his mates on the job,
Mm-hmm.
and he should to have reflection that he should to get and save more money to create his own business, and that's, I think this is good reflection.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
she
my
back.
phone is gone.
Yeah, it was cold. I froze, then you froze. Don't worry. We're glad you're back. Welcome back. And now you have to summarize everything Adam said. She's like, wait, what? Wait, what? What? Yeah, it is important, guys. Because when you work for a company, and unfortunately, the way it ends up for real, is they see you as just one component of their big picture, right? And you might have different qualities and everything, but trust me, if you quit, they'd have somebody there a few weeks later. It would keep going forward because they have like this engine mentality. So you should have a good career. You can have a successful career. You can make money. You can prepare for retirement, but most people drive themselves based on a certain lifeline. Like, I'm going to live till when I'll retire when I'm 55 or 60, and this and that. There's a lot of variables because tomorrow's not promised to any person. So while you're on this path, which is okay to have a goal and a plan for a life that maybe lives to 80 or 90 years old, that's not bad. But as you go along, you should reevaluate things. You should always change your priorities and feel like, should this be my drive? Because I have met people, and this is sad, but I mean, it's real. This person was a customer in my company, and asked him if he could help him. He was an electrical or something, getting a fuse, and he said, "This is for my motorhome." Spent a lot of money, sold my house, and bought this motorhome. My wife and I going to travel. We're retired, and we're going to travel the country, and we've worked so hard our whole life to get to this point. And it's like a very expensive motorhome, guys. Like very expensive. Like sold my house and bought a motorhome. And I said, okay, so I mean, what can I help you with? He goes, I just had to replace a fuse, but he goes, man, I'm not even sure what to do right now. And I'm like thinking with the fuse, how to fix the electrical, what's going on? And he said, my wife just died. And we worked our whole life for this moment. I sold the house, we bought the motorhome, and she just died.
Mm.
He's like, so I don't even,
Tomorrow is
I
not
don't,
guaranteed.
you know what I mean? And I was sitting there, I wanted to cry, man. I wanted to cry because I'm feeling it. This guy is still in that crazy whirlwind of what the heck just happened. This was not in the script. What page is this on, right?
That's great.
Not
And
supposed to be. Yeah?
it's not supposed to be, right? I mean, we worked hard, we sacrificed, we didn't do a lot of things because we're going to do it when we retire. They made good decisions. They sold the house, they bought this dream motorhome. And he's like,
Yeah.
uh, I don't even know what to do right now. So, not saying that's everybody's thing, but it's a reality check that as you're going through, as you're driving yourself, as you have goals, make sure you're on the track. Make sure you have seasons where you drive yourself, and then seasons where you think about how that has gotten you. How far has it gotten you? What's it for? And I've had friends that drove themselves in business when we were all partying when we were 20 years old, and they got out of college and they're always focused on business. And we're like, lighten up, lighten up. No, I want to have a successful business. I want to travel. I want to have nice things. Okay. Well, she did. She had a very successful few businesses. She still got a business. She traveled the world many times for business and for pleasure. Married a handsome man. They were both models, had beautiful children, $1 million house, car, Ducati, all this stuff, all the stuff, all the stuff. And and then here she is. She's talking to me 30 years later, like I don't know who I am. I'm like, what do you mean? You're a successful businesswoman. You've traveled the world. You've got all the toys and all the things. And your parents came from Vietnam. So you're living their dream. You're living their dream. You guys are all doing great. What? What do you mean? She goes, I don't know who I am unless I'm building a business or doing a thing. I don't know how. I don't know how to retire. I don't know how to not be doing things. And I'm like, wow, right? Because all of us think if we have the stuff, if we buy the thing, if we travel and have the experience, if we get the right partner, if we have the right amount of kids, that's going to be the satisfaction. But it's not true. It's not true. You can't look to those things to satisfy you or make you feel you've accomplished things. They're not bad things, but they're things. And so for me, spending time with my mom right now, and I know, guys, I'm not pumping this up to sound like some martyr. I'm just saying that I realize right now that the most important thing is to spend time with her, even if it means shifting down on my job and engaging in time with her. I don't know if it's 5 or 10 years or if it's 5 or 10 weeks. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. But I do know that my 1 week in that town with that routine enhanced her life, and it made me think about my life more, and it was extremely satisfying. Like, oh, this is what I should be doing. And it goes against most prescriptions for life, right? It goes
Yeah.
against what most people would say is you're 55, you should be working hard towards your retirement. You don't have a plan, bro. You got to get somewhere fast before you're eating jello and walking with a device. but
Yeah.
um but none of that matters to me right now. I'm like, not careless, like I don't care, but like I do need to care about this. I do need to spend time on this. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. It can go anywhere. Don't worry about it. If all you've heard the last 5 minutes was wah, 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 It's okay. Um, where where are you guys with life, Layla? Where are you in your life right now? Like, do you have a career? Do you have goals? Where are you at? I'm just gonna leave it open ended so you feel comfortable answering.
Hmm. Yeah, as you said, I'm also doing my career, and the more I get, the more I spend time at work. So I noticed that fact. And I know someone who was also an actress here. I mean, in Kazakhstan, I work in a hotel. I mean, she worked as an actress. She was successful actress here, and she had her own business and stuff. But suddenly she stopped all of them, and she
Hmm.
moved to Bali. You know, yeah, like she quit.
Right?
Yeah, literally quit her job and started to live a new life for her. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm. And she might be very satisfied. And people are
Yeah,
saying,
this
why would
seems.
you, yeah, why would you do that? And she's like, I had everything, but I had nothing. And now I have nothing, but I have everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
what?
definitely.
What kind of book is that? Well, you find it doesn't take a lot to live. If you guys have credit in your country, use it like it's nuclear energy or something. Don't mess with it because believing in credit can cause you to feel in trapped in your job because you quickly are living from payday to payday to pay what you bought yesterday at interest. So more than it would have cost you if you would have just waited and bought cash. And then you had the satisfaction of getting it now, but you have the imprisonment of making payments. So you're using
Mhm,
more resources and you feel like you can't quit your job because you have bills. It just gets you all caught up. If you can get ahead of that curve and save, chances are you won't want to spend the money a month now on the thing you wanted last month. If you have to wait and let your emotions settle, you may not want it. Whereas if you have the plastic, you're like, I want it. I got it. Everyone's going to look because I have it. And then a few days later, that wears off, but the bill is still there knocking. Yeah, I
mhm.
want payment. So I would say
Should
number
be.
one, avoid your credit. Avoid in this country, you need a certain credit history to get a house or a car. I get it, but play it like a game, a very tight game. Don't use it as if it's money because it's money you haven't even earned yet and it's going to
Yes.
cost you. It's going to cost you. So that $20 you spent right now is going to cost you $25 because of the interest of paying it later. So you get caught and you get behind. Whereas if you save up a certain amount of money, I don't know your culture or your country, so I don't want to say an amount of money, but if you save up a significant amount of money, then you're going to pay for something cash. You're going to realize how good it feels to have that money like 1 or 2 months uh, pay saved aside. I don't know what everybody makes, but if you had one or
Mhm,
2 months pay or your bills amount of money for your bills for 1 or 2 months or 3 months, you'd
mhm,
like I like the security of having that money there in case I lose my job or something happens. I have money to live. And so you will be very careful about how you spend that cash because it has value. Like you feel the difference in your life if you spend it. The card you don't, the plastic you don't. So that will help you to make better decisions. If you become a saver and not a spender, it will help you make better decisions earlier in life. And you will realize that you don't have to have everything in the dream book. And I learned that through friends. I didn't learn it for myself, but as I said, I have friends that became successful or wealthy or both. And
mhm.
I lived through them. You know, I used their stuff and went on trips. I did all this stuff. And it was great at first, but then it lost its effect. And I'm so glad it lost its effect on their dime instead of mine because if I'd have saved up and then spent all that and then did that, I'd have been like, right? So live and learn from other people. You don't have to live in the dream. You can just figure out what it costs to live and be comfortable, and just then you can make better decisions. You're not trapped under all of that. You can still have a career, guys, and you can work hard, but make it a season where you're going to have a pause, a moment of pause where you evaluate why you're doing what you're doing. How long are you going to do it for? Why are you doing it for that long? How much are you giving up to achieve it? All of that should weigh in, because even if you're the number one attorney or you become the CEO or all of that, it doesn't taste as good as it seems like it will, and you're sacrificing a lot to get there. You know, you get to the top of the mountain and you go, "Oh, that's an interesting view. Where are all my friends?" I'm up here by myself. What the
Well,
what happened? Yeah. So just give it some thought, guys. Just take this as a grain of salt from an older person. Maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't, but think about it, because you can get caught up on that, on that grind, and then miss out on real life stuff. All right, lecture complete. So I know, right? I need a commercial break. What are your goals, guys? Adam and Layla, where do you want to be 5 years from now?
this is a hard question and award.
Yeah. But start thinking about it, because 5 years is going to come, whether you have a plan or not. It's going to come and it's going to go. And the older you get, it's going to go faster. So if you don't have a plan, then, God willing, 5 years will go by. I mean, you'll have 5 years. And then you if you don't have a plan, another 5 years will go by, another 5 years. This is real. I'm not trying to be morbid, guys. I'm trying to speak to you from the future. From your future, you know? And you can be very
Um,
happy at your job. You don't have to keep going up and become the one that owns the place. If you're content with your job and it gives you a balanced life, keep doing it. You don't have to become the boss of the boss of the boss. Go ahead, Leila.
mhm. Now I'm saving money to open up my business, which is salon industry.
She's that's why she's like, Shut up, Jonathan. Shut up. People need money
This
borrowed.
is
What are you doing?"
good, Bash. This is perfect, Bash.
I mean, it's the best way to give myself a freedom from working for someone and to have my own, I mean, time, free time whenever I want. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree
yeah,
with this
it's
point. I don't like to work with anyone, for anyone, because I've worked for a lot of places, and I think the worst thing in the world to work for anyone.
it's
Yeah,
really a big thing, and people who are entrepreneurial, they take a lot of risk. They deal with a lot of things that you don't if you just clock in and clock out. But um, being the owner gives you that ability to engage, and when you're a worker, you don't have the responsibility, but you don't have the control either.
yeah,
So
mhm.
it may mean that you crash it, but you'll learn. So people who become their own owner, so I'm not putting down what you guys are wanting to do to generate income. You want to have a job, you want to make decisions, you look for a field that you feel you can function well in or do something new in, and make your money for your purposes. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. But don't let your identity get consumed by that. And remember, if you are an owner, take the higher road. Consider well the quality of life of your workers. You know, you can only drive people so far, but you can lead them. You can lead them and respect their life and their decisions and their family priorities. So you have a chance to be something very different in the world, and not just use people, but utilize their abilities, pay them the right amount, compensate them, consider them, and then you'll be a wonderful experience for people that is rare. They won't feel
yeah,
like a number. They'll have a name, and you'll help them. And even if you have to help them to work out of your company after a time, if you see their potential and you go, look, I'd love to just use your abilities for the next 5 years, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You have so much potential. You have so much potential. And I can't have a clear conscience and just let you stay working here because you don't know that you have so much potential. So, that those kinds of things, Layla, is the high road, and some people would say it's business suicide, but you've got to have a conscience at the end of the day. Did you hold people back or did you make the road straight for them? And I will tell you what, you never know who you're going to work with or for again in life. Always treat people with respect, always do the right thing because they could end up being the next big thing. Not to say that you're not, but if they remember that you treated them with respect and they all of a sudden become something else, they could actually be the helping hand you need and say, Layla, look, you always treated me with respect. You never said anything. And you didn't know that I had this idea or this business plan going and I just needed a job. But you showed me something. And now I have this corporation and I want you on my team. I want you to work with me because I love the way you do what you, and you're like, wait, what? What is this thing called Apple? What are you talking about? You never know. Or they could just
Mhm.
be a partner in life that is in a big area of industry or whatever, and they just know you as a great person and their doors open to you all the time. So this is a better quality of life, not trying to climb the mountain and step on people to get there. But anyway, I'm in lecture mode today for some reason, guys. Just
As I said, I work in a hotel, and our hotel's motto is like take care of your employees, and they'll take care of your guests. So I think I will follow this rule.
It's true. And we have that model too, but we get far away from it. We get far away. It's easy to get far away from it. If you take care of your people, they'll take care of the rest. I work for a company that's it's in the Forbes top. It's 100, I think
Hmm.
185 billion dollars a year, right? The company
Yes,
makes
what kind of
it.
company?
No,
If it's not confidential.
it's confidential. No, you can look it up. It's called the Home Depot. It's a unique niche of a shopping center for um, construction materials and household supplies, and it's hard to describe it because it's not really needed in any other country but ours, maybe some in Canada and Mexico, but we're the top of that market, and it's a niche market for only our country and a couple others, but it's very big business. And um, and they weren't the first one that thought of it. The first one that thought of it was out 30 years before we started, but we took it to the next level and we focused on relationships with each other and with our customers. That's the big difference. Not so much buying in bulk and doing all this stuff. That's everybody's doing that, but it's impacting the customer, impacting the associate, giving them the ability to change locations like I'm going to do again. So all of this supports life, and so people who are retired can work there, just helping people in the aisles how to fix an electrical outlet, all that stuff. People who are contractors who work for big companies come there to buy pallets and pallets full of stuff or a whole rack of lumber, or people who are doing it themselves, they come to buy things to fix their house or do things. Everybody comes there. And so, but the environment, the atmosphere is largely about respecting each other, taking care of one another, doing the right thing. It's all on our all of our outfits. It's called the wheel. It's uh the principles, the 8 principles of Home Depot. So you can look it up. It's called the word home and depot, Depot, and you'll see um that it is what it is, and we do have direct competitors, but they don't really compete on the same level because of that quality of life kind of thing.
Hmm.
So but yeah, anyway, guys, if you're just joining us, we're here having a great time. I'm having a great time with Layla, and she's not VIP, so her time's limited. Adam's VIP. That's why he's in chill mode. He's like, I'll wait. Got all day. Yep, I'll wait. But no, Adam's a real gentleman. He's ladies first kind of guy. So, yeah, Leila, do you have any other questions or comments or input? Because when we have somewhat unlimited time, I feel focused on people who don't. This is limited time for you, so
Mm-hmm.
it can be off subject. You don't have to keep going down this route. But any questions or comments for Adam or for me?
I think right now I don't have nothing, something
You
in
keep
mind.
saying that. Look, business owner. All right, you got to have more questions loaded, dude. I'm telling you. If you ran into someone who was a business leader, you need to have these questions loaded, dude. Because you
Gaining
questions
experience now.
give some thought to it. I mean, you don't have to, it's not as much on the point as it feels. Why are you what do you need to do to develop your English? What do you feel you need to do to develop your English? And is it going to help you to get a better job? Is that why you're doing it? So you can level up or so you can communicate better or both or what? Why are you wanting to practice and develop your English?
I just want to keep my English as I have because of my work, yeah. And
Yeah. Hmm.
I, I like learning languages just by my just for myself learning, you know.
That's a good
Maybe
answer.
in the
Hmm.
future I'll relocate to the countries, or I'm planning to leave. I mean, to stay in each countries I was planning to visit for 2 months, 3 months, and half year, maybe. Like,
Hmm.
I don't want
Wow.
to be attached to a place.
Oh,
So,
it's my nightmare. It's your dream. I every 2 or 3 years I move. Like everything changes every 2 or 3 years my whole life. And I want to have roots. I want to stay somewhere. I have a great network of Christian friends and family here. And I don't want to leave that, but I do want to help my mom and do all that. I just want to stay somewhere for longer than 2 or 3 years. But it is what it is. And move around. So I like that's a good goal to stay somewhere for a period of time to get to know it, get to know the culture, get to experience the country. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
so
I
you're
keep.
moving
eh,
around America or around the US, or
Yeah, I'm in the
do you?
U.S. I'm in Las Vegas right now, and
Mm,
I don't like it because of the Vegas part, but the people here are really cool, and I don't
mm,
even go look at all the fancy stuff. They're building an ocean here, guys. You have anything
mm.
else to do with $2 billion? The world is struggling. People are dying. Things are happening, and they decided to build an ocean in the desert for $2 billion because why? Why? What's the point? Why would you do that?
Nothing to do. They have nothing to do.
No, they have an agenda. Everything they do in Vegas is based on who will gamble. So they've probably done their research and realized that people say, I'd come there more often, but it's so hot. I wish you guys had a desert, an ocean. Then I'd stay longer. Okay,
Mm.
okay. We'll build an ocean. Yeah. So they're pumping all the water from California. And just last year we had a drought. All our lakes are drying up. Nobody knew what to do. Where was the idea to bring water from somewhere else then? But no, you think of an ocean, they're going to bring ocean water, filter it. I'm not talking small scale, guys. I'm talking an ocean. They're bringing an ocean here. And it's going to be big enough to have a hotel on it, to have it on both sides of the highway when you come to the main area of Las Vegas. And we're in the desert. So, what does water do in the desert?
Maybe they want to grow
It
off the plant.
evaporates. So, you can't just bring it and leave it and it's going to stay and everything's fine. You got to keep bringing it because it's going to evaporate because we're a desert. So,
Mm.
you know, I'm just like, man. So I'm not impressed with the opulence. Some of the casinos, there's gold everywhere. It has a level of, but I'm not a fancy person. It doesn't really do anything for me. Just um. But yeah, I move every few years, so I guess we're in the same. What's exciting for you is, yeah. But the place I'm moving to right now, God willing, um, is like living in a it's a fantasy place, just very natural, very small. Looks like you're in
Very great.
Holland. It's in California in the hills next to Santa Barbara. Um, my
Oh.
Christian mom, my Christian mom is wealthy, but she's not fancy. Like she's not a fancy wealthy person. Um, she like her house is nice and it's expensive only because of where it is. It's not very like,
Because of
lavish.
location.
But it's in a place, a very low population, very high nature, very aesthetic, very beautiful weather, consistent weather. That's why it's expensive, not because it's got gold faucets and all of that. And she worked
Do
hard,
you,
her whole
do
life
you,
to have.
Vincent,
Yeah.
do you prefer to live in suburban or in a city?
I in my mind I want to live in a rural area, because the
Okay,
busy
yeah.
city whenever you replace trees and grass and nature with concrete buildings and asphalt ground, it makes everyone hardened. It makes people hard and cold. When you're in the country, you say hi, people say hi back. Good morning. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? You do that in the city and they look at you for about 12 seconds before they decide if they're going to say good morning back. I didn't ask you for $5. I said good morning and they look at you like you're like, "Oh, what
Okay.
the heck?" So cities make you harden, they make you very suspicious and untrusting. And the country, you normally have to work together with each other, or you share things, or you've known each other a long time. And it just is a much better vibe. You feel alive, you feel like you exist. In the city, you feel like another one of the thousands and thousands of people.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, we got gifts. Oh, we have gifts. Thank you guys. That's probably the app asking you to give us gifts. But that was nice that you sent it to everybody. Let me see who's got their hand raised here. Oh, hi guys. I guess I'm going to use the space on stage because I don't know what happened to Candy. I hope she's okay. She hasn't even texted me back, so I
Hello,
don't know what's going
Jonathan.
on.
Hello, Adam. Hello, Leila.
I
Hello, welcome. How are
Hello,
you?
I'm good. How have you been? Hello, Gray
I've
down there.
Yeah, doing great. Enjoying this time with
So,
everybody
you're
today.
back.
Yeah,
You're back from your vacation. I was
I
missing this
am.
background that you had.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. My mom's background, guys, if you didn't see, was a rocking chair with an old light behind me. It was but that's her guest room. And she normally would use that room, obviously, for people visiting, but she used to have people who lived there that helped her. And
Mm-hmm.
guys, I'm trying not to make it sound like crazy, but like cook for her and keep her company and clean and things like that. And she doesn't want that. She wants more privacy, more chance to do her own. So if I go live there, I have my routine, like I said, going coffee, reflecting, different things like that, and then we have really good quality time together. So the room is very plain because there's two beds in there in case she has one or two guests. And anyway, I don't know how to make it sound
Yeah, I think it
unwealthy.
sounds. Yeah, I think
No, I
it's
think
very
it
sad.
was an elegant space that actually reflected her taste really, really well. And I think, there's some peace in the simplicity of things. I found that room and that change of scenery that you had something which was something very peaceful, to be honest.
It was
That's
peaceful,
why you got to
guys.
reflect that much. Oh, my eyes are still
To
Oh,
take
watering.
it's fine.
care of your parents.
I'm gonna go live there. What are you talking about? I'm going to live there with her. Yeah, it
It's a
is
good thing.
peaceful, guys. You can leave your door unlocked and open, and
Exactly.
nobody's. I mean, it's just when I would go
no
riding,
cooking.
and I would go on my one wheel, riding in the morning to go to the coffee shop, and I'm going by a whole family of deer, like wild deer, eating. Look up at me like, "What's up?" With antlers and stuff and the little babies, and then you see bunny rabbits and there's like a morning fog that waters the ground in California. It's aesthetic and she's got rolling hills and everything is just like, what? That's the life I want to live with her, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, you'll see more, but I'll fix the background in that room. I'll level up. I
No,
open the
I
windows at
actually like
night,
it.
and you hear crickets, like loud crickets outside the window. And she's
Yeah.
got shutters on the inside. You know those shutters like people have on the outside?
They
She has
used
them
to
Mm-hmm.
have
inside the
that,
room,
yes.
which is
Yes.
great because you feel safer. I mean, you don't have to feel unsafe there, but the screen is open, the window's there, and you can shut the shutters. But you feel the air, but you've got privacy. And I was like, yeah, it smells better there. The air's, it's really nice. So we'll
Well,
spend some time there together. I'll show you guys around.
it's
Good
like
to know that.
something good to take care about your parents or especially your mom because they did the same thing when you were a child.
Well, she did
So
it for other people. She didn't do it for me. I've only known her 20 years, you know. She's my Christian mom, so she's very instrumental in my change in life. I owe her a lot. She really helped. And now seeing her go through cancer and come out and her positive attitude. So she is my mom in that essence, you know, but she didn't change my diaper. No, no, no. No, but I hear what you're saying, right? Everybody should respect their parents and sacrifice for them, at least because they did it for you. But I asked my biological mom if she wanted me to move there where she lives. And she's like, oh, no, you don't want to live here. Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're here, guys. We've been here about an hour. We did about an hour of voice room before this. And you guys can make it what you want. I feel comfortable opening up to you guys if you have questions about learning English, about anything. You guys make this time yours. You know what I mean? Ask away.
Exactly.
okay,
The only thing that I'd share as an experience, Jonathan, is that reflection is something that I learned when I became a teacher. You know, it was something that I thought something which was very professional that we used to do while we were doing the lesson evaluation after the end of every lesson and everything. But as I started getting my trainings, and felt that, you know, reflection is such an important thing. It's nothing professional that you need to do. I think every single day, if you self reflect, and that's when I actually started writing my journal. And I used to write about it. Any person who has influenced me, what did they actually say, any good quotation, what it means to them, what was the backstory to that particular moment. And it actually helped me revisit many times when I felt hopeless in my life. I was like, oh no, this is a dead end for me. I mean, I'm not going to go through it. That journal always helped me find a new perspective. I would read some of my readings and then I would be like, oh no, you know, this time I made it through. So I think, you know, and what I learned through these 39 years of my life is that problems are like a flu. You know, they are there to stay in for their designated time. So instead of, you know, losing yourself into that challenge or difficulty, it's always a good idea to embrace that moment and actually take things, you know, go at their pace. And you sometimes find the loophole when you actually sit back, relax, and look at things. You're like, oh, there's the loophole. This is where I can actually work with. Instead of, you know, kind of panicking through that moment all the time and screaming at people or telling everybody how depressed you are or how worthless your life is. I stopped doing that. I used to do that, of course, but then I
Hmm.
learned, I was like, no, my problem is there to stay with me like a flu. It's going to go in 7 or 8 or 9 days, or probably 2 weeks. So let's just have a cup of tea with it. And, you know, if it's going to get really bad, then I have to turn into a bigger monster to somehow deal with it. But be a monster to your problem. Don't be a monster to the people around you because it hurts them a lot.
That's a good
And
one.
it takes time
Hmm.
to actually tone yourself down to that level. But self reflection is something that actually helps you with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you guys want to see the languages she already knows and the ones she's targeting, and she has a really nice profile. It explains a lot about her purpose and her interests. Thank you for being here, Sarah. It's really great. I see that um, this is important, guys. Is you have a choice to make. If you let the default setting happen, it will be that complaining, grumbling, kind of thing. But if you take the initiative, I heard this. I heard this somewhere recently, and it really caught me off because it's not really proper English. But you know how when people say this is they don't enjoy something, they'll say this sucks. How you doing? Well, my life sucks right now. that means that means it's really bad, right? It's a loose slang, or it's a little bit vulgar in certain aspects. But I heard something the other day. They said, "Embrace the suck." Like, yeah, it sucks, but embrace it. Like engage in the moment. It's not going the way you want. Things could be better. You've got problems. Whatever. Embrace it. Like, how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? Because I guarantee you, if you learn from it, you won't have it at the same level again, ever, because you'll see it coming. You'll know how to posture yourself for it. You'll know a solution that could get you out of it. So you'll never have the same impact if you don't learn from it and you just, float down that river. It's going to come back again. You're going to have the same level of impact and hating it. But if you embrace it, what can I learn from it? How can I prevent it? How can I thrive in the middle of it? Then you're going to grow more than anyone else. And you'll actually start to look forward to the challenges just like anywhere else. You're like, okay, bring it, let's go, let's go. So, Layla, with the shortest time on stage, what do you have for us? We're giving you the helm because I don't know when they're going to scoop you away from us.
Yeah. You said Scorpio.
So, what do you think about what Sarah's saying, or um, that kind of thing, where she said you just have to embrace it, don't complain, but
To
grow through
be
it.
focused
Mm,
on your own life. Yeah, she is right.
yeah. Yep. And she's probably been through a lot, right? She's like, ditto what she said. You're gonna get better. You're gonna get better, Leda. Don't worry.
No, I mean after work, I have nothing in my brain. I'm just like
Oh yeah. Your brain is defragging.
sometimes
On the computers in the past, now they probably do it automatically, but in the past, your computers, you have to put it through defrag, which means to take away the fragments, right? So it would rearrange the fragmented files and put them back where they belong so everything could run more smoothly. And at the end of a busy day at work, that's probably how you feel like. You're like, um,
empty.
I'm glad I'm home.
Empty.
I don't need challenges right now, Jonathan. I'm here to enjoy conversation, buddy. Not to take the IELTS exam. Yeah.
Oh, I
Well, when
need
you
to.
yeah, did you have dinner yet? What time is it there, Layla?
8.
PM?
Oh, no, 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 not 8. I mean 6 p.m.
Oh,
It's
it's dinner
evening.
dinner time. What would you
Yeah,
normally have for dinner?
I usually skip dinner.
You skip it.
No, I
Or
usually don't eat dinner.
you don't eat dinner? Oh, okay. No, you said it right. You skip it. You skip dinner. Um, well, anything, Adam? I know Sarah is multitasking. She's probably learning 3 languages right now and finding the solution to world hunger. She seems very hyper productive, doesn't she? Sarah seems like she's a productivity machine. Oh, and
No,
here
I
she
just
is.
like
You cut
giving
me.
time to others. I usually just put my camera and off and I put myself on mute so other speakers can feel comfortable when they're talking. I
Okay. And when you
sometimes
turn your camera
think
off, do you go
my
like
face is
this?
very intimidating. No, not at all.
No,
I
it's
like
not.
Leila's honesty and everything. Somebody was like, "I'm 39," and I said, "I'm really 39." You can see that it's screaming on my profile when you open it. It says 39 at the top, so I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
hide
gonna
my
change
age.
mine to say 39 also. That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll embrace that one.
Adam, please go ahead. I'm just gonna be on mute, okay?
Don't need to be a mute.
Uh, it's great. Yeah. She's trying not to distract from anything, guys. It's cool. Well, guys, I mean, really, whenever I see, I don't go around to the rooms anymore. I'm pretty it it I used to go around and check out the other live streamers, so I knew who to recommend or things like that. But I don't, and a lot of them will say, open topic or chat with me. I'm bored, or I'm like, oh, so TikTok, right? So TikTok. So here, when we don't have a real topic, I don't say that because I think sometimes you guys come here with questions or with comments or with input or whatever to try to process your thoughts. And some topics we need to steer in that topic and keep it going because of it takes a while to develop it. Oh, hey, Moneta's here. And Candy did text me, guys. She said she hurt her wrist somehow. She's not okay. So I'm gonna have to check in with her after this. But Moneta's here. Of course, I'll assign Moneta as the moderator. But if you've always wanted to talk to an American or whatever your questions are, you can go for it. Or your comments. Adam, you've been in the back seat for a while. What's going on?
I'm in the back. What do you say?
Yeah, you let everybody go. I can't even
Okay.
choose her. No, I mean, do you have any questions or input or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, sometimes I feel myself stuck in the intermediate level. So I want to ask you a question about the English language, how to get to advanced level. If you have the answer.
I could make one up. Let me see.
What?
H. I can just create an answer. Let me make her moderator. There we go. Welcome, Moneta. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. How to go from intermediate to advanced? I would say it depends on what you call advanced. Is it an increased vocabulary? Is it a quicker response when you're answering someone? It depends. It's subject. I know you spend a lot of time here, so you must spend a lot of time and focus on your goals with English learning. So just like everything else, depends on your learning style, what your goals are, what your ultimate goals are, what seems to work for
Yeah.
you. Um, because I think you express yourself well, but try to answer me that. What are your goals, or how do you define advanced
My,
level?
okay. My goals is speak as much as possible with my friends. Like I have a lot of. Where are you going?
No, I have to stand up. I've been sitting down
Yeah.
for a while. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like you. I need to stand. So I wanted to say I have a lot of my interesting and greeting friend here in How Talk, like you, Johnson. So sometimes I feel myself struggle to express for tough topics. I can understand what the native speaker says, even if they speak quickly. But I'm trying. But what I'm struggling, I struggle with understand. I struggle to express myself or express what I exactly want to say.
Okay. So
So yeah.
the
Secondly, my
no,
goal in
okay.
English, I'm learning English for my work because I depends on my work
Mm-hmm.
in English language, and but my priority to, like I said, to be able to speak as much as possible with my friends or here in Halatalk, specifically here in Halatalk.
Okay. Okay. Well, the first one, guys, just it's making the connection between the variety of words you want when you need them is is done a couple of ways. One, you have to get the words in there, right? And that's okay. You can learn vocabulary and stuff like that. But the speed of recall, oh, she ran out of time. But the
Yeah,
speed of
we lost.
recall is developed by associating the words that you have in there with places that you'll use them. So I would say whenever you have a conversation like that where you feel that you wanted it to go better or you wish you could have described things more, then revisit it in your mind, create the dialogue that took place, and then go back and correct the things you said in a way in which you would have said it. You wish you would have said it. So, elaborate a little more, use more detailed words, and then practice that dialogue with your partner. Whoever your study partners are, say, hey, can we go over some dialogue? And so, what you're doing is you're assimilating the situation over again, and your brain is recording that almost like an actual experience, like it really happened. So the next time you are anywhere near that kind of a topic, your mind will populate with those options more readily than if you never practice where to use those. So you have a lot of words in there. You just have to give your brain a faster route of grabbing them or offering them when you talk about that topic or you're in that situation again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Do you what you want to say to me, like to prepare before I start any topic with my partner, to
Or
prepare
or
for this topic?
or after. So after is usually a lot better. After you've had a situation where you didn't say things as well as you wanted to, then take the time to kind of capture the moment. Oh, he said this and I said that and we started talking about this, and then I just answered this way, but in my native language I had all this other stuff I wish I could have said, but I just couldn't find the words. So take the time afterwards to rebuild
Yeah.
that interaction, and then take the time, because you don't have the pressure of the moment, and create something you wish you would have said, and then practice it back and forth with your language partner. Uh, so what you're doing is you're categorizing or classifying different expressions or different things about a certain topic. And that means your brain will store it there in a specific place. And when you hit one of those triggers, you're in that environment, you're talking about that topic or whatever, instantly this group or this genre that you created will come to the front of your mind. So it's like when you learn how to cook, one recipe teaches you how to bake, another one teaches you how to make eggs, another one teaches you, and eventually you start grabbing things from those experiences and making something else, right? You're like, oh no, I need to do this, I need to do that. They all eventually start to come together, and instead of someone who can fix a meal, you become a cook, or someone calls you a chef or whatever. But it takes all of those things connecting with one another, all those separate things. So I would do it that way because it's a topic that is relevant, which is going to make it more likely to be used. And you're familiar with what happened, you know what you want to do differently. I think that's better. After the action happens, to kind of evaluate it and enhance it, and then practice it, and then move on.
Yeah, yeah, all right, all right. Perfect.
I mean, I call it making the world your classroom, because after you're out of school, you really don't know what to study or whatever. You're kind of all over the place. But let your daily experiences, your daily tendencies, things that you would typically talk about, let that stimulate your growth. Instead of studying things you're less likely to talk about, or that's going to just get stored deeper and deeper. But if you're practicing and level upping, if that's even leveling up, there you go, or leveling up the conversations you tend to have or are more likely to have right now, then you'll develop that process. And like with everything, the more you do it, the more efficient you become at doing it. So once you do it with things that you're likely to talk about often and you see the results, then when you're going to study more words, you will take those words and put them into a scenario that you might be in or are likely to be in the future, and you'll get ahead of it. But in the beginning, let your experiences dictate what you study or how you study, so that you can level
Yeah,
up, right?
I got it. I got it.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe I
Oh,
have to go now because I have an appointment like after
yeah,
10
you've been with
minutes.
us a long time. Okay, good. All right, my friend. We'll see you later.
Let's see you.
All right, cool,
Bye.
cool,
I
cool.
think it's
Okay,
time
Sarah.
that you end your live stream. You've been going on for a very long time.
I know I'm
Um,
getting older. I got to shave. I was clean shaven when I started. Now I have a beard.
no, beard always looks good on men. That's my opinion. But
It's lazy. It's
it,
laziness for me. I don't like to use a
yeah,
razor blade. Just keep trimming my beard.
that's
But I am
okay.
going to bring one more person up, just for a few minutes, guys, because they've been waiting for a while. But if they don't
Yeah,
come
I
up, then
did
we'll
see
exit.
someone. They were very eager to participate. But
Oh, they
Jonathan,
left.
thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It's good
You've
to see
been
you
going
again.
on for a very, very long time. It's always a pleasure being on stage. I was actually hoping to see Candy because, I'm so used to seeing you two together.
I know.
Your stage kind of feels without Adam and Candy. Honestly, your stage feels a bit incomplete. And Adam is a very amazing, young, confident man. Your live stream is not the only one where I've seen him participate. I've seen him in other live streams. I've seen him in the voice rooms. He speaks really, really well. And the habit that you have, that you write a journal, I think if after discussing a particular topic, he kind of tries to write that down, his thoughts, and just leaves those areas blank where he think he cannot express himself better, and then look for some relevant articles to be able to somehow find those gaps and fillers is also a good way to level up, because I think what he's trying to do is to be more articulate when he's